Enrique Gibbon's Bland Companions, Episode 1. This one's about Archie Dink. He's a world record holder. Lovely guy. Look, there he is. Everyone say hello. Say hello, Archie.
Hello, I'm Archie Dink, and I hold rather a lot of world records. So many so that I don't know the exact amount. That's actually one of my world records. I hold the world record for having so many world records that nobody knows how many world records I have. Here's the certificate. I was actually awarded my first world record entirely by accident. You see, it was 2016, and at the time I was being violently ejected from a monastery after I'd made some comments about what I deemed to be a highly crass and overly sexualized statue of Jesus Christ. Well, you should have seen this statue. It was vulgar. And I know he was the Son of God, but I highly doubt that in his trouser department he'd have that volume of todger. Now, I should point out that I later found out that this wasn't actually a statue of Jesus Christ. It was meant to be Kurt Russell. And I also wasn't in a monastery. I was in Madame Tussauds. Anyway, the point is, I was drunk. At roughly about the same level that I am now. Absolutely humiliated by my faux pas, I decided to head home via the London Underground. Usually not a problem, but my drunken state made negotiating the station a little bit tougher than usual, and this is why I fell down the escalators. The escalators going upward. Sadly, the force of my forward trajectory was not enough to negate the upwards momentum of the escalator, so I ended up just spinning on the spot over and over and over for about 25 minutes. When I came out of my coma a week later, I had been notified that the CCTV footage had been sent to the Guinness Book people, and they had deemed I had set the world record for the longest recorded fall. It was at that moment I had decided what my life's calling was, what I was going to become famous for. You see, famous people are often famous for doing something that makes them famous. For instance, Boris Becker is famous for being ginger, Conan O'Brien is famous for being ginger, and Prince Harry is famous for showing up to one of my parties dressed as a Nazi. The point is, I decided I was going to become famous for breaking records, and from that day forwards, I've broken a record every single week. To do this, I've had to find records that haven't existed before. That way I can be guaranteed to break them with the most minimal effort required. Here's a selection of my records that I'm most proud of. Most olives placed in a mug. That one didn't exist, so that was pretty easy. I just had to pour one packet into the mug. Longest time spent looking at a framed David Bowie picture on a cream wall. Once again, very simple, didn't exist. I just had to look at that thing for a minute. Quickest phone call. Fuck off. Quickest phone call received. Fuck off. Quickest long distance phone call received.
Fuck off, I'm in Australia.
And my most favourite one, the longest time spent watching This Morning without taking your own life. I lasted about 4 minutes. A lot of people ask me, why do you do this? Well, to find happiness in life, you have to do something you love. And I do the man I love very regularly. But once I'm tired and puffed out of all that lovemaking, I break records instead.
Thanks for watching. If you like that, why not click on one of these videos? They're more videos that I've made, and they're just like, well, they're videos, aren't they? I shouldn't really have to explain what. You're on YouTube.